Well, it is hard to measure the full reach of the drug epidemic in this country. From coast to coast, you can see the effects of drug use. You can also see law enforcement trying to tackle this incredible issue. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nadine Woodward. Just a few hours away in Grant County, local agencies are working together to show drug traffickers and their communities is not a place for business. And if their recent drug busts are any example, it's already working. KXY4's Caroline Rourke working for you with their goals for Grant County.
You'd be hard-pressed these days to find any city or town that hasn't in some way been affected by a national epidemic of drug use. But why here? Why Moses Lake? If drug dealers think it's because local law enforcement doesn't have the resources to investigate them, the Interagency Narcotics Enforcement Team says they'd be wrong. It's a task force made up of Grant County law enforcement agencies and the Washington State Patrol. And in the last month, they've seized millions of dollars worth of drugs.
They recovered over 41,000 pounds of processed marijuana.
That actually came from one large-scale drug bust spreading across Grant, Franklin, and Adams counties.
We learned that the drug trafficking organizations that used to operate in the mountains have now settled down into our communities, our rural communities, set up shop, growing marijuana under the guise of medical marijuana.
Drug operations aren't new to this area, but they are evolving.
You look at all of the drug arrests that have been made, and guns have been involved in every single one of them.
And it's not just illegal marijuana that's a problem.
A few weeks ago, an officer made a traffic stop of a vehicle. During that traffic stop, made an arrest of the suspect, did a search warrant of the vehicle and found a large quantity of heroin and methamphetamine.
That search led to more, and the task force eventually found 31 pounds of meth and heroin.
It's starting to become the norm, unfortunately.
Prevention of widespread drug trafficking isn't the only goal in Grant County. While most of these drugs are sent into pipelines throughout the country, they do leave their mark on lives right here in these communities.
We're responding to people who are having opioid overdose issues on a pretty regular basis, and this has a lot to do with it.
Which is why this task force goes all in to keep illegal drugs out.
I believe that we're doing a fairly good job with trying to keep up with it, but there's more in our community, a lot more.
We want them out of the county. We don't want them anywhere close to Moses Lake and Grant County. And so, we're going to do what we have to do to get them out.
From Moses Lake, Caroline Rourke, KXY4 News.